What's up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a long, it's been a while since I have not posted any war videos. It's just been on like a little decline of war videos because it just felt a little bit boring to me. But I'm just uploading this. I uploaded this for you guys. Um, and I enjoy uploading videos for you guys, so that's what I'm going to keep on doing. Now, this Alliance War was by far one of the worst ones I have had. You guys are going to see during this war. Honest to God, I may have done worse, but this was by far, in my own opinion, one of the worst wars I've had. Too many input. There was a few input drops. This was before the update that happened this month. This was before the update that happened yesterday. So there was still a big issue with parry and dexterity. Even though that they have been working on that. But as you can see, first fight down, everything going fine. I'm like, okay. And then as you know, we have Korg. And you know how Korg gets. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. We don't know what the heck's gonna happen in this fight. So, either way, it's going to be a 50-50. Even if you are the best player in MCOC, there is always that one defender that you could always get screwed up on. And for me, it's always will be Korg in Alliance War. Korg is very annoying, and I just hate fighting him. So I go for a full 5-hit combo, and he's not doing anything. So now I'm in the corner. Drop the L1 now, so now all of his rock shields are gone. As you can see, alright, destructible boost is now gone, and now I'm trapped in the corner. So I do that to just let him evade. I let him evade on purpose, so that he's able to get away from me. I drop the L1 just to make him phase. And right now, everything is now going smoothly. So he drops his L1. I was about to go for a parry. I mean, I do go for a parry now. Now I'm just going to apply the lock on. Now I'm going in for a combo. Do I drop the L1? Yes, I do. Trying to make some room. And right now, this fight's going pretty well, pretty decently. I dropped the L1. I think I mistimed it a little bit. To mistime it from out of rock stacks, but I was like, okay, that's fine. Right now, everything's going very well right now. As you can see, he's being passive. I drop the L1 here before my lock on expires. I go for a heavy here just to make distance. And now I'm trapped in the corner. Now I drop the L1. Now I'm finally have made some distance. Finally goes for the L2. He did not want to throw any special. I go for a parry input drop. I'm like, okay. Now I'm trapped in the corner again. Because why? My input dropped. That was the reason why I lost to this fight. And I'm so upset because that fight in the middle of the match was going so smoothly. And then all of a sudden, I die because of an input drop. That ticked me off so much. And I'm like, fine. Whatever, I just want to get this fight out of the way. I hate fighting Korg, but you know what? This is what I have to do. That's why they told me to rank up Falcon, because any single time they bring a Korg, which is literally every stupid war, it's an issue. So I have to go and take this fight. That's why I can't wait till I do Falcon. Holy crap. But 24%, 23%, 22% right now. So this man is going down. Right now I'm just doing very well with this fight. Drop the L2. 13k. Drop the L1. I'm like, screw it. Why not? With the medium attack. Fight over. Oh, my fault. Now we're here with magic. So I see a force of will. And I'm like, okay, this fight's gonna be pretty simple with Falcon. I know that she's immune to ability accuracy reduction. My whole plan is I'm gonna apply the lock on, parry when I get the chance. And that should be it, right? So that's what I'm planning on doing. For the first one, I mess it up, and she heals up a lot. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I parry here, he gets some power. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I should have actually waited to get the parry again, because now she's gonna heal up again. But I'm like, okay, this is fine. So I go for a parry. He gets the limbo. I'm like, dude, what? I go for a parry there, and my input drop. I'm like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I know I messed up in the fight a little bit, but but that input drop got me ticked off. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm using Doom. I go for a parry, input drop. I'm like over here. Okay, fine. Go for another parry, input drop. I'm like, okay, Kabam. So you really want me to lose this war? So I go for a heavy attack. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I go for another parry. Go for a heavy attack. Do the full Doom cycle. I'm like, okay, I just need to get out of this fight. This fight's getting very annoying because of the input drops and that stupid limbo. So I'm just trying to get out of here as quickly as possible. Magic is also really good on this node. And the fight's over. I was like, thank God. And after that, I just put up the game for the rest of the day, I'm pretty sure. Now we have Torch. So I heal up Falcon. So I'm like, okay, Torch is gonna be very easy. He's a fairly easy champion to fight, so I just pop a regen booster. No in-ball boost. So he has Suicide, so I was like, okay, Suicides are gonna make it easy. So just going in for full 5-hit combos. I tried a Dex there. I didn't render into Dex, so I was like, okay, that's fine. My Dex is right there. I was like, okay, now I'm getting some Dexes in. As you can see, this man is almost dead. I get an Incinerate on me. I'm like, alright, that's fine. I try to Dex there. The game says no. I'm like, alright, fine, whatever. Like, the fight's over anyway. So, just drop an L2. Fight's over. This fight over here was Dr. Doom. So I'm just doing Dr. Doom things, going for the regular rotation, get some parries in, trying to let that long distance relationship not really affect me. So I go for an L1 over here, drain his power, nullify that unblockable. Now I'm just sitting back here being patient. Go for a parry, heavy, or just a stun heavy. No, medium heavy. My fault. Going for the regular hit combos. Going for regular hits, going for an L2. Fight is now over. So now that fight's done. Now we have the Bishop fight. This is the fight that I was assigned to. This was the boss. So I was like, okay, this fight's easy. I don't really need anything. I checked before I recorded to go see if I had any tech boosters. Did not. So, from all the other bishops I have fought as a war boss, this one was the most passive. And honestly, if I could have done anything different or brought anybody else in this fight, I definitely would have either brought in. I definitely would have brought in Colossus or Apocalypse. 100%. Reason being is because they're both immune. Both immune to whatchamacallit, Incinerate. But as you can see, he's just being very passive, goes in for a parry. So I go in for an L2, starting to do some damage. Starting to do something now. The Prowess is just destroying my shield. Prowess destroying my shield, waiting for something, going for an L2. I tried to dash back, but I didn't have enough time, so I lost on the boss. I was like, fine, whatever. I've been having a bad war regardless. This, honest to God, is nothing new. I just healed up Ghost, finished the fight, and I was done. I was absolutely done. I can fully consider this was my worst war possible. Not only because I did not see any tech boosters, I was just checking to see if I was recording. Not only because I didn't have any tech boosters, but also because this AI was being very passive. That's one. Two, I know I could have definitely brought someone in different. I feel that out of all the champions I had in my roster, I felt like the best option for that fight was definitely Colossus, because you don't need to parry in heavy. As long as you build up those armors, you are going to get a lot of crits off. Maybe even almost like Ghost in her base, maybe even better. And because my Colossus is at 6-star rank 3 and a decent sig level, he's going to be building up, those armor up charges a lot faster. So I feel that honestly, because I felt comfortable with Ghost, I felt like, hey, I can do this with Ghost, but I did not have a tech booster, and that was the main issue. So I was like, ugh, maybe I should have went Colossus. This was at the end of the war. So I'm gonna talk to my battle group leader, see if I'm able to bring in Colossus next time instead of Ghost, see what the big difference is. It doesn't have to, I don't care if it's an off season or on season. I at least want to try out Colossus for the future. Um, After this video, I will go and talk to him about what if I'm able to bring in Colossus, because that is actually one big thing that I've been doing against bishops. But sadly, we have lost the war. They just had the better diversity, better higher kills. Um, so I was just very, very, very upset because I know 100% I could have done better. But it just failed. So am I disappointed in myself? No, not really, because I know things like this happen. Um, but to be fair, we were on a good streak. We won 4 or 3 wars in a row, so that's fine. But thank you guys for watching. Take care. Have an absolutely amazing day.